We're glad you could join us on this special edition of TVC News Hour. It's still about June 12, celebrating a special day that history was made in Nigeria.
Indeed, let's play back this special report on June the 12th for those that missed it during the first half of the show.
There are several ways of shouting yay. You say yay, people will run. If you say yay, 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 yeah, 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 they will dance. It's the same yay. We can still say what we want to say, which is the truth, without ruffling anybody's feathers.
June 12, 1993 remains a politically remarkable day in the history of Nigeria. That day, Nigerians, irrespective of their religious and social leanings, went to the polls in what remains the freest and the most peaceful election in the nation's history. They put their narrow sentiments aside and voted according to the dictates of good conscience. But the head of state at that time, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, annulled the election before the official results were announced. While Bashir Tofa, the defeated presidential candidate of the National Republican Convention, NRC, will want to see June 12 as just another date. Those who believe in the cause and the sacrifice made by the late MKO Abiola of the Social Democratic Party, the acclaimed winner of the election, affirmed that June 12 remains a watershed in Nigeria's electoral history. Some Nigerians still see June 12 as a struggle abandoned, and the nation's electoral system remained anything but perfect.
That was an election whose winner, Chief MK Abiola, anchored his campaign on welfare to poverty. If that election had not been annulled by the military junta, the Ibrahim Babangida junta, Nigeria will have today joined the rest of the world, will have been a leader in the world. Democracy will have been consolidated in our country.
I was just finishing from the university. I think it was my last year in the university, and I remember that as a students' union leader, I was a PRO of the students' union at Obafemi Awolowo University. So 1993 brought a lot of, because we were actually on the streets, we were in the barricade, we were arrested, we were detained, we were suspended from school because of the military. So for me, if I remember those days, I think these were days that Nigerians were really Nigerians.
While some of those who participated actively in the political process at that time say June 12 has not had a significant and irreversible effect on Nigerians' politics, others believe strongly that June 12 as a political event cannot be wished away.
Crises of June 12 are still with us. The crises of June 12 are still with us. June 12 can be explained from 2 points of view. One is political exclusion, annulment. Two is economic exclusion, poverty. Unfortunately, these two aspects of June 12 crisis are still with us.
We still haven't achieved what we set out, or rather what people like my father, Mr. Femi Falana, and all the other revolutionaries set. We remember vividly with pain and anguish the deprivation of Chief MK Abiola of not becoming president of this country by Ibrahim Babangida. A lot of us cannot forgive him, particularly someone like me.
Beyond the declaration of the day as a public holiday by the Southwest states, the most dominant question on the lips of many Nigerians is if any lesson has indeed been learnt from the episode. Nigerians also wonder whether the electoral system would in future be credible enough to earn the trust of an average Nigerian. Ayodele Zubaku, TVC News, Lagos.